Hey guys, Ron and Roger here. Welcome to another video on Ron and Roger's Dr. Pepper Pup. Today we'll be discussing and reviewing and talking about Cliffhanger, starring Sylvester Stallone, John Lithgow, and what's the guy name again? Michael Rooker, who all remember as Mary Poppins in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Mary Poppins, y'all.
Yeah, I did not recognize him, but at a certain point in the movie I was like, wait, is that Michael Rooker? Because I recognize his voice, not even by face, just his voice.
Yeah, it was the same thing with me. Yeah, right? Well, at the beginning, I didn't immediately recognize his face, but like I heard his voice, and I was like, oh crap, that's Michael Rooker.
Yeah, me too. I had exactly the same reaction. So this is a 1993 film directed by Renny Harlin, and this is a great film. Renny Harlin also directed A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, which I actually watched like Wednesday, or no, it was Tuesday, so that was kind of a coincidence because I didn't know it. I just watched a review for A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, and the guy was like, this movie is directed by Renny Harlin, who also directed Cliffhanger. So I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna do a podcast on that one Saturday. He also directed Deep Blue Sea, you know, the shark movie where Samuel L. Jackson get eaten by a shark.
Which one's that?
That movie I also saw a few months ago, like in February for the first time. And that was also a pretty great movie. So yeah, this guy is definitely has some great movies on his. He definitely has his name on some good movies that I personally really like. So what did you think of Cliffhanger? Because you just saw it a few seconds ago. It finished, I think. And
yeah, the credits just stopped rolling.
yeah, but I have no idea what you think of the movie.
I thought most of the special effects they did pretty good with. I read that they actually filmed it, well, obviously on location, but because of the dangerous, it was like some of the places where it was 10,000 feet in the air about, and some of the crew got sick, so they had to bring it back. They were trying to like slowly elevate, slowly climb up because of with how far they shot, because of how steep. If you go like really high pretty quickly, you can get sick.
Right.
I read that Michael Rooker and some of the other cast and crew actually got they were like stuck in a cave because they were trying to get one more shoot before the storm moved in, but it came in too quick, and then it was like lightning all around. And they had to get helicopters to fly them down.
Yeah, I did not know that fact. I do know a fact about the falling scene on the beginning. Which what did you think about the falling scene?
I didn't really have that many thoughts about it. I did like that they filmed all on location because this is a time when, you know, as you can tell during some of the helicopter scenes where green screen wasn't really as great as it is now.
No. But like the scene where he's holding on to I don't know the woman's name anymore, but he's holding on to her and she's almost slipping. That scene is so intense. Like when I started the film, I had no idea what to expect. I thought some people didn't like it, so I was like, yeah, maybe I'll hate it as well, but I'll give it a try, you know. But when that scene started, I was like, damn, I'm probably gonna love the entire film. And I did. I did actually really love this film. This is one of my favorite action films. So yeah. But that scene, I know a fact about that one. Because the glove, because he's holding onto the glove, and the glove kind of slips off his hand, but the glove wouldn't go off. So in the end, they bought a glove that was too big to fit Sylvester Stallone's hand. And it also had Vaseline, so it would slip off more easily.
Oh man!
Because Sylvester Stallone's hand, as you can probably imagine, was way too big and way too strong and everything. So that was kind of a fun fact to me. But that scene where she's falling and you hear her scream, that gave me goosebumps. I mean, I've seen this film twice now, but that scene I watched like multiple times actually. When I first saw it, I watched it like 2 times after I watched the film, and every single time, all 4 times, it gave me goosebumps because it's just so intense, and it also gave me some sweaty palms, some sweaty hands, because it's so intense and so realistic, because the special effects hold up so well.
I did get sweaty palms from watching it, but that's just because the fan was going in the wrong direction. For anyone who doesn't know, right now I'm in New Jersey and it's pretty hot here. It's 86 Fahrenheit or about 30 Celsius. So I had to have a fan on me the entire duration of the movie. So yeah, I did have some sweaty palms during it. Oh, and like you were saying about the first scene, like I told you in the last movie with Speed, I tried to go into this one without knowing anything at all. But I looked it up on Google just to see like the reviews sort of, and the first sentence was almost a year after losing his friend in a climbing accident. So I was like, oh, come on, you just spoiled the beginning. I was like, I didn't even start the movie.
No, I didn't, luckily. I did later, and I was like, oh shit, I'm lucky I didn't read anything.
Yeah.
But I saw the trailer for it. That's all I saw. And the trailer, if you've seen this movie, or even if you haven't, you gotta check out this trailer, because this trailer is my favorite trailer of all time that I've seen yet, because I'm probably gonna see a lot more trailers, of course. But I doubt that there are better trailers coming out. Maybe I'll find an older trailer that's really good. But this trailer, they don't make trailers like this anymore. There's no dialogue in the trailer. It's just this beautiful classical song. What was it called again? It's Requiem by Mozart. That's the name. And this fits the trailer so well, and it's amazing. It's an epic trailer. I highly recommend it. Link is in the description, probably. Not gonna promise, just like you said in your 1,000 subscriber special reaction. But this movie holds up really well in special effects. You could really say this movie aged like a fine wine. Because this movie, yeah, there are some scenes where you can see it's definitely green screen, and it has some shitty green screen effects at some points. Or at some point you can definitely see it's a set. But I'd rather see it's a set than seeing that it's CGI. Seeing that they actually made a set, it's better than noticing CGI, in my opinion.
There were definitely a few moments throughout, like there's the one where Sylvester Stallone and his girlfriend or whatever, the C4 goes off and then they're in this cave and he's standing right next to a rock, and it's so obviously not actually rock, like made out of styrofoam or whatever. But a lot of like the climbing and stuff, those scenes to me look really realistic.
Yeah, I know, and like the scene where they are, like the beginning scene, which was really intense, looked pretty real as well, except for the falling. That looked, you could definitely see that was like CGI.
Yeah.
But like falling scenes, for some reason, seem to be extremely hard to make, because till this date, I haven't seen a scene where someone is falling from like an extremely high height and it actually looking really realistic. But maybe when in real life it doesn't really look realistic as well, or special effects aren't there yet or something, I don't know. But I never really have ever seen a extremely realistic falling scene. I mean, you got RoboCop, that falling scene, which doesn't really look that real, or like Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom when they're fighting on the bridge, which doesn't look really realistic as well. Or like in The Walk, there's like a scene where it's falling from an elevator, and that movie is from 2014, and that doesn't look real at all. So I think, it's something. I mean, the scream and the sound gives me goosebumps, so the effects do not really matter that much in that scene, to be honest. Oh, by the way, Sylvester Stallone's character is called Gabe Walker, and my made-up second name is also Walker. So I was like, oh shit, same name. Kinda though, because it's not my legal actual name.
Like you were saying with fall scenes, you just reminded me of the 2012 remake of Judge Dredd, and that is probably the longest falling scene I've seen in any film. What basically happens is like the last, the final villain, whatever, is like selling this drug that slows down your perception of time. Like
Yeah, slow-mo you mean, right?
So he throws her out of like this skyscraper building, and it's watching it again. It is not realistic at all.
And it's the funny thing is it's in slow motion, so you can like see all the little details of how fake it is.
It's like I would personally think that if it's in slow motion, they'd take more time. Considering it's taking up like 3.5 minutes of the movie, you'd maybe want it to look good.
Exactly. By the way, you've seen that movie too. Maybe we could do a podcast of that one someday.
Yeah, maybe. I'll try to rewatch it before that if we do.
Yeah, I got it on Blu-ray actually, so but it's kind of a coincidence that you mentioned Dredd 3D because the original Dredd is with Sylvester Stallone, just like Cliffhanger.
Oh man, I did not know that. I never saw the original, just the 2012 version.
No, me too. I heard some terrible things about the original one. And John Lithgow as the villain in Cliffhanger is extremely good. I mean, John Lithgow is always extremely good. He can play an intimidating as hell killer in Dexter in season 4, but he can also play a really shitty, but still kind of funny, over-the-top villain in Santa Claus the movie. Because you've probably not seen that movie, right?
Which one?
Santa Claus the movie.
I don't know about that one. I've seen one. I think I've seen one with Tim Allen. I don't know what else.
No. That's a whole other another movie. But like in Santa Claus the movie, John Lithgow is like this crazy business guy villain, like cartoonish type, you know. And
yeah.
There's like this elf who didn't get hired by Santa or something. I've only seen the movie once, like last year. But he's like, yeah, you should make toys for kids and everything. And then he's like, for how much are we gonna sell it? And then the elf's like, we're gonna give them away for free. And then the character from John Lithgow, like, almost chokes in his own air or something. I really don't know what the scene was. And then he's like, for free? And it's just so hilarious. I mean, you gotta watch the scene because I really cannot act like John Lithgow. I mean, he's an amazing actor, but I do not act like that guy. Even if he's over the top and silly and stuff like that, I cannot, act like John Lithgow. I mean, he's an amazing actor, even when he's silly. But in this movie, he's also a great villain.
Yeah, I really enjoyed pretty much every performance in this one.
Yeah, me too. There are so many characters that are just fun to watch and fun to be with. Sometimes these are characters you just love to hate, like John Lithgow's character. I mean, you got characters you just hate and wish would die or something.
And to me, if like you hate their character, that means that they're doing a good job as acting. Unless they're the good guy, in which case they're doing a horrible job.
No, like sometimes you hate the villain, but you love to hate the villain, you know? It's kind of hard to explain, but sometimes you just love to hate a villain, and you just love to hate this guy, like John Lithgow's character, because he is so annoying, and sometimes he makes, like, He just says something like, hurry up or something, like some annoying boss type of character he is, but you just love to hate him. And it's fun to watch. You like to be with these characters. It's not that you're watching this and it switches from the bad guy to the good guy, and you're like, man, I'll have to have 10 minutes more of screen time with the good guys, and I hate these characters. No, these characters in this movie are great. I absolutely love being with them. I mean, just
two things about the movie that I didn't really like were there's the one scene where I think his name's Frank, the old man in the helicopter, goes to rescue the hiker who parachuted and landed in a tree, but it doesn't show him after that. So it's not. So I was like, I didn't know if he was still on the plane. I mean, the helicopter, or if he brought him back, because it doesn't show him bring him back, but it also doesn't show him get off. So I was like, did he just like, all right, you're gone, you're down, now walk home? Like, I don't really know with that part.
Yeah, I didn't really notice that, but you're probably right. Yeah, well, that's pretty bad, now that you mentioned that. I didn't notice it, though. I'll probably notice it next time, that's for sure. Thank you, you just ruined my third experience of watching this movie.
I'm so sorry. Well, since it's already ruined, let me bring up the other one. There's one part right after the bad guys sort of take Sylvester Stallone and Michael Rooker hostage. They're climbing along the side of this mountain, and one guy, he yells at him like, "Go fetch it," And there's one guy holding a gun to him, and just bear in mind they're on a very small walkway on the side of a mountain, and this guy's holding a gun to him. But the gun he's holding is a grenade launcher. So I'm like, why are you gonna threaten the guy with a grenade launcher? If you shoot him, you're all gonna die. I mean, you might as well shoot yourself too.
Yeah, but there are more of these like scenes where, well, it's kind of different than your grenade story, but you got these scenes where where they shoot like stormtroopers. They have some terrible aim in this movie. Some of the guards in some scenes, they have some terrible aim, and of course it's. Yeah, well, the first time watching, it's got some tension, but when you watch it the second time, for me personally, it was pretty, that was pretty disappointing, because I didn't remember that the first time watching it.
Like, there's the one scene, where, I mean, the guy's supposed to be like a FBI operative or something, I'm assuming, and he's like 20 feet away, standing still, shooting at Sylvester Stallone. And Stallone is a big guy. He's like 200 pounds, I mean, this isn't like you're shooting at like, like a tree branch or, I don't know, someone small. You're not shooting at, I don't know. You're shooting, I can't think of anything small to say. Basically, he's a big guy. And you're shooting at him, and he's 20 feet away. You're shooting with an assault rifle. And an assault rifle is supposed to be a more accurate automatic weapon. And I was thinking, like, maybe he'll just hit him in the shoulder or something, and then he'll have to deal with it. But he misses every single shot. But earlier in the film, there's an FBI guy holding an Uzi, which is, for those people who don't know guns, an Uzi is it's a submachine gun, which is high rate of fire, but not good accuracy at beyond short range. And he fires, like, ignoring the fact that he fires like double the normal clip without reloading, this guy shoots like 40 bullets on target into a moving plane while he's in one. While he just got like shot in the chest. I was like, damn, I wanted this guy to give me some gun lessons.
Yeah, I was just doing some research on this movie yesterday before this review, and I also realized there was a novelization for this film. So that's pretty cool
Oh,
to check out someday. I'll definitely be on the lookout for that one. For that novelization.
novelization. Were there any parts with the story that you didn't really like, or that you particularly enjoyed?
Yeah, well, it's an action movie, so this, like, con, so to speak, isn't really that big of a con. But the motivations for the villain by John Lithgow weren't that great. It was just money, you know? And maybe they could have added, like, another layer to it, so that it felt, more dramatic than just money, you know? But hey, it's just an action movie, and like Speed, also it's just also about money, you know. So it doesn't really matter that much. It doesn't take away from the enjoyment of your viewing experience.
Yeah.
But it could definitely have been better.
Yeah, I agree. Because I think, there's the one point, he's just, like, sort of pointlessly cruel. I mean, I get it, like, you know, I want money, but, I mean, there's the one scene where the two hikers are up on the tent, and then he takes out their gun to shoot them, but there's really no reason to do that. I mean, like, okay, either, you know, well, I can sort of get it, that one, but there are just points where he's like, he gets enjoyment out of making people suffer. But like, if that's your line of work, why are you in like the mountains chasing after like $6 million or whatever $1 million? I don't know. I agree with you that they should have. I think it would have been a lot better if there was like some sort of rivalry with him and someone in the FBI, or like he was an ex-agent or some crap like that.
Thank you guys so much for watching. It was our pretty short podcast. We really didn't know what else to say except for this. 23 minutes or something. Make sure you join the Dr. Pepper Pub next week, where we'll be discussing Jumper. Ron chose for this movie. So, yeah, we'll see you next week. See you guys.
See you guys. Oh, make sure to join the Emo Peter Parker Discord server if you have Discord, and let us know what you think.
Right, you can give us feedback, IDs, and all that good stuff. And you can just have conversations with us, of course. See ya.
Later.